What would you say to someone who hesitates to join the coaching program?
Anyone who is hesitating, I will tell him the downside is very minimal and the upside is phenomenal. Anyone who's on the fence, I'll tell them to at least try it for the trial period. At least see what it is, right? Just from outside, you'll not know. After this program, I'm in a very good place. Like, you've added a lot of value. And you have saved me a lot of time, actually.
The coaching program is a group program. What did being in a group bring you?
The good thing about this program, it's a smaller group. So you have a personal connections with everyone, with the coach as well as with the other students who are there. It definitely helps a lot. The biggest bang from this course is removing companies from my list within a matter of seconds with all these tools there. That is like a superpower in investing. If you're doing investments, you don't have to make phenomenal investments. Even if you just protect yourself from not making stupid decisions, that itself will take care of a lot of things in the long run. Had I been in this program, if you think about the financial commitment, that itself pays many times over.
All right. Thank you, Vikram, for accepting this interview. Could you just take a minute to introduce yourself, please?
My name is Vikram Jaiswal. I'm a software engineer. I've been working in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is the Silicon Valley, for last 25 years. And I've been investing in the market ever since I started working. So probably I started working in 2000. So initial first 15 years, I would say it was like dollar cost averaging into low cost mutual funds, Vanguard, Fidelity and stuff. But I did it for 15 years and did the basic of investing. But I always wanted to learn to do independent stock investing, but like I didn't have the guts to do it. Neither the guts, not the knowledge, nor the confidence. And plus, I was scared also. You're starting it out. You don't want to go back to zero, right? So after like 15, 16 years, after 2015, I wanted to start investing in stocks. But like I started like roughly around, I think, 2015. And then like from a couple of years later, found a friend. He introduced me to a few books. So I read a lot of books actually. Most of my base of my information is Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Howard Marks, Peter Lynch, and then Manish Pograi. These are my top five. So my whole investment learnings and knowledge has come from them. So those are my base and like bedrock of my knowledge. But still, like even after following them, I didn't do bad actually. But still, I needed some information for which I was struggling actually. Things I was struggling was independent stock investing then all, right? So I started, I had some success, but few things I had to learn. And then like there was few things which were missing. So like it's been a long time, but still a lot to learn. Yeah.
Yeah. Things missing like proper analysis of financial statements, how
Yeah.
to use
Yeah.
DCFs, DCF models, what are the websites you should use to just go as fast as possible. These are the kind of things we've worked on.
Yeah. So
And do you remember the first days, the first weeks of joining the coaching program? How did you feel? Because this is a complete coaching program. You're not alone. This is a group coaching program. And we have calls every week. So how did you feel for the first weeks of joining us?
for the first weeks was like actually it was like a kid in a candy store, as I would say, because I needed like I was struggling with the information, right? A lot of the base foundation was already there, right? Like how to pick a company and all that. But valuations and which are the right companies, the valuations was I did not know how to do it. And so I used to go to specific websites. Websites means like Morningstar was one source. The value line is another source. Value line is recommended by like Buffett and Panish Pograi and all, right?
Yep.
So I had that subscription. I used to go over there. I used to go base of that. But beyond that, I have no clue like how they come out with value and all. You go to Morningstar, look for 5-star stocks. I wanted to learn it actually. And I was ready to do whatever it needs to take. I was looking at courses even in Colombia. There is some value investing courses, but like it needs a lot more commitment and time for it.
Yeah.
At one point, I was even thinking of taking a 6 months and a year off and just to learn it. 6 months to a year to just to learn it because there's something which I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I know I didn't have the complete set of skills. I had some knowledge after reading the books, how the base thing works, how to control your emotions and all that. But the core fundamental analysis I was missing. So when the course started, you asked me like what was there, right? It was like the things which were missing, I was getting all those things filled up. So that was very satisfying. So first 1 month or 2 months, it was A lot of good information, right? Actually, I knew 60-70% of the stuff, which was I knew on the high level. So that was good. So I was not distracted with a lot of new information. I was only things which I did not know. I was ready to absorb all those information.
And what was great in your situation is you've been investing for many years,
Yeah.
many years. You just need to go to the next step of analysis of knowing what you're doing. So
Yeah.
all the fundamentals, you had it. The program just helped you have a clear framework of all the information, all the processes, all the systems that are working. So now you
Yeah.
can implement it.
After this program, I'm in a very good place. Right now, right? Earlier, I was like struggling around to learn this. Reading for books and all, it's good, can get you a point, but if you don't get some feedback, right? It's very hard. Here, we can get like immediate feedback from you, from other people, right? So, yeah, it's a blessing actually. Like, I just bumped into the course. I did not shop around or do it. Like, I did not give much thought also. I got a call, set up a call, and then just went with the flow. That's it.
Yeah, and you've been a perfect fit with the right temperament since day one.
Like you've added a lot of value to my. You have saved me a lot of time actually. The thing is, if I learn things on my own, like you go the wrong way here, there. If you're doing it like with a full-time job and then just learning it and then applying
Yeah.
it, and then you forget, right? If you don't
Mm.
do it for 2-3 weeks, everything goes away. So you have to keep on doing it. So with this classes, there's a positive like reinforcement every week. That itself helps to iron out the some of the core process.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, reading books in investing is simple, but not very efficient because you forget everything and you don't talk to anybody about the books. So you just
Yeah,
forget and forget and
yeah,
forget.
yeah.
The coaching program is a group program. What did being in a group bring you?
I think it is a group program, and the good thing about this program, it's a smaller group, so you have a personal connections with everyone, with the coach as well as with the other students who are there. 3-4 people are more frequent people which show up. Like if you do it over a period of time, so you build personal connections with them, and everybody has different experiences in life, like different
Mm.
learnings, different careers. So a lot of things come from specific person's experience. So everybody adds value. Suppose you are a little bit advanced and the person asks the question. So probably you know that you were there a couple of years back or 6 months back.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. It's a journey. It's not like if you go from A to B, everyone will have the same, like you're sitting on a train from A to B. It's the same feeling, but
Mm.
and I've been like deeper into it so I can understand when the other people ask questions. I know that okay, I was there 2 years back or 1 year back or whatever, right? So like I think it is a perfect environment for learning because it's a smaller group. And plus you have a personal, it's not just you go to a class and you are out of it. You build personal connections. So that is itself is I think you cannot even replace it. Like even if you join a class in Colombia, probably some like if you go to school, it's a different thing. You're there, but I don't know how much connections will you build over there and all that. So it definitely helps a lot.
Yeah, it's about personal connection. You've put
Yeah,
it in a good way.
yeah.
And what would you say to someone who hesitates to join the coaching program?
According to Bezos, there are two kinds of doors, right? One is
Yeah.
you make a mistake and there's no revert, and then there are other things that even if you make a mistake, you can come back. So if you try this coaching program, you have little bit hunch that it is good. Then if you do go through the trial period, what's the harm? I don't see any harm in that. You'll spend few hours or probably some tuition for a month. Like the downside is very minimal and the upside is phenomenal. Anyone who is hesitating, tell him to at least go over the trial period. You'll get more information, right? And then you can make your judgment yourself. There's no one who like you can come out of it, right? No one is forcing you to stay in the program for 6 months or something.
Oh,
So like anyone who's on the fence, I'll tell them to at least try it for the trial period. At least see what it is, right? Just from outside, you'll not know. And
mm,
go over the material. They can ask you questions, right? Whatever everyone will have 10-20 questions, right, at that time, right? And they can get a vibe or a sense how the person is answering them, the knowledge, and whether it is helping them, right? It might not help everybody, but if someone is on the fence, I'll tell them to give it a try. There's nothing like there's nothing wrong, right?
yeah.
There's no downside, right? Probably few hours will be spent if you're doing investments. Even if you don't have to make like phenomenal investments, even if you just protect yourself from not making stupid decisions,
Mm.
that itself will take care of a lot of things in the long run. So it will pay many times over in few years. And like if you have decades to invest, I don't know, like it can, like starting right is a very important thing, because if you have wrong ideas about investments, you can still make money. You can still make money anywhere. Like you can make money with Bitcoin. You can make money with meme stocks. It's not about that. It's about having the right process, able to sleep with your investment, and having a good life with your investment. Ultimately, you do investments to have a good life, right? Good
Yeah.
and peaceful life. So yeah, if you follow, and you also follow, your base is also Buffett monger, and all. So if you start from there, like I don't think you can do anything wrong.
Mistakes compound also. So if you start from a bad foundation in your investment, you will make mistakes again and again, and it will compound. And that's an opportunity cost. Instead of making the mistakes, just learn investing the good way, and you can compound for very,
Yeah.
very long term. So that's definitely an investment, but for the investment for the long term, creating long term wealth. So that's fine. As you said, maybe people are hesitating to join the program and watching this video, you have a trial period of 14 days as we are speaking. So
Yeah.
in case you don't like it, 14 days, you get your full refund.
Yeah, you get a full refund, and in like 14 days, you have three classes, right? I'm saying so three classes, like 2 hours a class, three, like that's like 12 hours of time. Plus, they have access to the material also. They
Mm,
can like just see what is there for them to like. It's more than enough actually. There's nothing, there's no downside. I think like Manish Pobra says it, right?
mm.
What's the worst case scenario? There is no worst case scenario, right?
Yeah.
You,
Worst case scenario is you join, we have a call, okay? You
yeah,
don't like after 1 week, you get your full refund. You have
yeah,
already templates. We've had 10 hours of calls together. You have access to some of it, and you get a full refund, and you
yeah,
can go back and do whatever you had in your life before. So
yeah.
this is, I mean, this is the goal of creating this coaching program. It is supposed to be a win-win-win for everybody.
Yeah, it is a
So
win-win. There is no downside. I don't see anything like worst case. You just come out of it, right? There is no penalty. So like you buy a bad stock and you know what it is, right? You put in 10% of your money somewhere. How
mm,
long it takes, how much hours you spend like earning that, and then you lose your money. Right? If you just prevent some of the mistakes, I've made mistakes also, right? So had I been in this program in the past, that itself is a like if you think about the financial commitment and this thing commitment, that itself pays like many times over.
yeah. Yeah. And there are many investing courses online. You talked about Colombia, but you have other opportunities. Why did you choose my coaching program instead of another one?
Actually, for this one, I did not. First of all, I did not know that like on YouTube people teach. So I don't know. Like
Ah, okay.
so first of all, I did not know. I think there were things, programs like where people can go, the news groups and also. But there are programs where you join a group and then people will answer questions. You're part of a like. So I didn't like it because everything was online, right?
Mm,
Here like it's a more human connection. So first of all, like when luckily I don't know how I found you. It was I was at a vacation in India, just got a call. Probably I had some free time also. Some random times I saw your thing. I thought, okay, like I saw your message. I kind of liked it. I thought, why not give it a try? Just set a call. I had some questions. You answered the questions, the things which I needed to learn, right? And actually I was struggling with those things, with those questions. But I thought, why not give it a try, right? And there's no downside, right? It's like 6 hours. So I was, okay. I did not shop around for this course. I know Colombia is the thing which was back of my mind, but you cannot just do it. You need more commitment. Probably you have to go there, and it's more expensive. Plus the time commitment is also it's within like lot more. There were random things, right? You read something from it, and then if you don't practice, you kind of forget, or they were a lot more than what you need to do. Like when I was in this program for 2 weeks, it gave me enough information, right? Like there are a lot of shortcuts which were there, and in the 2 weeks which I spent, I was getting the knowledge, getting the answers, and there was no downside. So I thought, just give it a try and go ahead with it. And then you started getting the positive vibes and the positive feedback, right? So that that and like kept me in the program. And then if you're benefiting from it and learning from it, there's nothing like it.
Yeah. You liked being part of a small group, small community, so everybody can ask as many questions as they want. It's
Yeah,
more personal instead of
yeah.
being 200 in calls. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are communities which I saw that you can ask them be part of a group, like online group, and then ask. You don't even know their background, and when you talk investments, it's like it's all random. There's no right or wrong, but you need to know someone to like. There are people in your group with whom I can correlate, right? Because you know they have certain backgrounds, and then they think in a certain way. If you're communicating online on text with someone like some forums and all, you have no clue whom you're talking to. So
And what goals did this coaching program help you achieve? You've been investing for many years, so you're
yeah.
not starting from scratch, but maybe you had some problems at the beginning, and now you said, okay, now that's done. I have some progress in this and this and this category. What are the objectives you reached?
Okay, so like one of the big, there are few objectives, right? I'll tell you. I've listened to a lot of Manish Popra, right? And he said that, okay, you give me a company, I can like throw the company out in like a few minutes, probably a few seconds also, right? So I was searching for this knowledge actually, that how do they figure out companies in like few minutes? Like if you
Mm,
give at that time, like if you give me probably a few days also, still I won't be able to figure out. So after this program, actually, with all the tools which you talked about, I think now I have the power at least to remove a company from my list within a few minutes, whether I want to get deep down. That itself is such a big blessing. Just having this knowledge, right? If you take away everything else, just this knowledge, because ultimately you need to like invest in 7 to 10, 12 companies. That's it, right? If your universe, you can make your universe this smaller and just focus on it. So that is the biggest learning, I'll say, like that figuring out at least companies in which you don't want to invest in like a few seconds, and then like you in the long run how to go deeper into companies and all that. So that is a long term thing. But the biggest bang from this course is removing companies from my list within a matter of seconds with all these tools there. Whether I want to spend my time on it, that is like a superpower in investing. Because Buffett also does it, right? They do it. You give them, they do it. Whatever we do it computationally, we use these tools. I think they also do it, but they do it in their head. Last few years, after reading the books, I had those questions, right? Like, how do they do it? They are human. It's not that they're a supercomputer. They can do it 10 times faster, but it's only 10 times faster, not like 1,000 times.
mm.
You can only compute so much information in a few minutes, right? So that is a superpower, probably being able to like remove companies from my list within a matter of seconds.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people are in this situation, I think. They go on YouTube, they go on Twitter or any social media platform, and they are filled with too much information. They don't know if they have too much noise, too much information. What are the important data to database to follow, KPIs to follow? What are the important metrics to follow? And just having the, how you say it, superpower of dismissing 99% of the opportunities and keeping the remaining top 1%. This is good. That's
Yeah.
you don't waste your time on bad
Yeah.
companies, on bad stocks.
Yeah. I was looking for answers last 3, 4 years, right? Like in my head, right? So I was kind of just ready to absorb the information. So when I found you, it's whatever you call it, destiny or something, because I did not search for you. I thought, why not set up a call and connect, and then it helped. Definitely, it's been a blessing actually, because I was kind of struggling mentally with it, and then like I have a lot of friends who work in tech. They're doing well at work. If you think of investing, you'll find it is a separate skill. It is not someone who is a VP in a tech company, not necessarily is good at investing, right? Or someone who's a doctor, maybe he's intelligent, but this is a different game. So you need to learn this game. It's not that you can't learn it, but this is different set of skills, right? Just because someone is a VP or a CEO in a separate company, this is a totally different game. So you have to learn this game with the rules and the whatever psychology of this specific game. So it doesn't translate to the humans. They think that okay, if someone is good in one thing, then he knows about this also, but it doesn't work this way.
No, it's a different game. Absolutely
Yeah,
different game. It's
yeah,
a mental game, numbers game. It's not for
yeah,
everybody. Not
yeah,
everybody is a good fit. But I
yeah,
think people watching this YouTube channel are serious investors, not
yeah,
degenerate gamblers, as we call it.
yeah,
So This is fine. This is good.
And the other thing is, right, I used to find information on YouTube, but how do you trust that information, right? Everybody has some ideas, right? Suppose someone tells me that this is a good website to try. Let's say Stock Unlock or Guru Focus, right? I found Guru Focus, but I was not able to like use it to the level after like our interaction. Then I'm using it to a deeper level, right? Because it's very like we have full-time jobs, so it is very hard for anyone to, even if you, how do you know you're on the right path? If you're at work, there are people you get feedbacks. Like here, like you're not getting any feedback. You're like one or two friends. It's kind of blind leading the blind.
Mm.
If there are
Yeah.
two people, like it's not that you're blind, but like you have limited knowledge, right? But this community, you can be open with it. You can talk to many people, so it enables you to get more questions. If you, even if you have questions, if you're on your own, you'll try to look for answers, right? But what happens is, if you try to look for answers, you're not never sure. And sometimes you just like, and then life goes on, you're busy with other things, you just move forward with it without unlocking that thing, right? Here, like if you have few questions, it can get unlocked, your expertise, plus there are other people in the team with other people. And then you learn more. So it compounds a lot faster.
And we have calls on a weekly basis. So you have a short feedback loop. I mean, if you have a
Yeah.
question, you're not blocked for 1 month. You know that we
Yeah.
will have a call in 3 days. You will shoot your question, have an answer, have more information, and you can move on and move on. And the
Mm.
more questions you have, the more you will learn. The more answers you will have, and it beautifully compounds over time. So yeah, that's a very good point. And would you recommend this coaching program? And if so, why and to whom?
Actually, I've recommended to a few people. My daughter is in first year college, so once if she's ready and she shows her, then I'll send it. I'll have a sign up for this course.
That's
What
amazing.
what bigger recommendation do you want, right?
That's the best.
So, like my daughter and son, because the earlier you start and you start on the right footings. Right now, I know what's the right footing, but the thing is, even if you read books, you need like lot more motivation, and the like, because the learning curve is much steeper. So if we, like if someone is even starting with little bit knowledge, just starts from here and then let it compound for next years or multiple years, right? What I'll send my daughter here once she shows little interest, and she's ready probably. So what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. The best recommendation you could have. I think that's it. Anything you want to share with the audience on YouTube that
I
are
think
hesitating to join and want to have more information?
like I would say, like there is a 2 week trial period. You'll spend like 12 hours over there already. You'll have access to the material. Give it a try. If it doesn't, if it's not helping you, or you don't get the good vibe of how it works, you can always drop off. So there's zero downside, only like some time commitment. But anyway, you'll be spending like tens and hundreds of hours mentally in it if you're in this. So you should not be worried about the time commitment, because any, like if you're in this business, the time and patience is the thing. You need to spend a lot of time and be patient with it. So anyone on the fence, I'll tell them to, okay, just give it a try, do the trial period, and then take it from there.